Hello, and welcome to our continued overview of the Provider Relief Fund reporting portal. In this video, we will cover some of the changes to the portal and demonstrate the reporting process for reporting period 2. The PRF reporting portal is located at the following URL: https://prfreporting.hrsa.gov/. You can begin reporting in the PRF portal by selecting Login from the PRF portal home screen. For logging in, you will be required to enter your username, tax identification number or TIN, and password to log into the PRF reporting portal. Your username can be found in the email you received after initially registering for the portal. From this screen, enter your username that you created during registration and select the No, I'm Not a Robot reCAPTCHA checkbox. Click Continue to log in. Next, provide the 9-digit TIN and password for your PRF reporting portal account. Please use the TIN used to register your PRF account. Note, after 3 invalid attempts are entered, your account will be locked for 15 minutes. If you have forgotten your password, click Forgot Password and follow the steps to change the password, or click Login to continue the reporting process. Next, select the I have read and accept the terms and conditions button and click the Next button. You are now taken into the new reporting summary landing page. The purpose of this page is to provide you a summary view of all reports, which are organized into the active and inactive reports tabs. You will have a view of all reports submitted available on the following tabs. Active reports are reports that are currently in progress and open. Inactive reports are reports that are closed. Selecting the Inactive Reports tab will allow you to view all reports submitted for reporting period 1. Please note, if this tab contains no data, that means that no reports were submitted for any prior reporting period. Selecting the Active Reports tab will allow you to view all reports that are currently in progress. The report names will be denoted by their reporting period. For example, Report -2 indicates this is the current report for reporting period 2. In the status column, notice that the due date alert appears next to each report, providing you an up-to-date look at the submission deadline per report. In the next column, you will see the reporting period dates for which the report pertains. Next, the Payments Received column defines the time period for when you receive PRF fund distributions. The last column, Funds Available Until, you will see the date for the availability of the funds you receive, meaning payments should have been spent by this date. To begin reporting or continue reporting, click the report name. To assist you in the reporting process, HRSA has provided a reporting resources page on its PRF portal home page. The PRF Reporting and Auditing Requirements webpage, or by going to www.hrsa.gov. In the search bar, type Reporting Resources and click Search. Select Reporting Resources from the search results. Here you will find a library of resources such as reporting guides, fact sheets, recorded webinars, and other resources to assist you in reporting. The Entity Overview screen is the first screen. You will notice along the top of the screen a breadcrumb navigation tool to provide you an awareness of your current location within the reporting process. Hovering over the journey bar will show all the steps forthcoming in the reporting process. The reporting process will be completed in sequential steps as some pages affect later pages. The blue circle will change to a check mark when that portion of the reporting process has been completed. The Entity Overview screen is organized into 3 different areas: the Entity Overview, Physical Address as it appears on the IRS Form W-9, and Contact Information. This information may be pre-populated from the data entered during registration or a previous report, but you are still able to edit the fields for updating. Please ensure that the pre-populated information is accurate before proceeding. Other data fields that appear on the first screen are provider type and provider subtype. Provider subtype is dependent upon the provider type selected. Please choose the combination that best matches the majority of your organization's business. For example, if outpatient and professional services is selected as a provider type, only applicable outpatient and professional services subtypes can be selected in the subtype field. The disclaimer information notes that you can exit the PRF reporting portal at any time by clicking the Save and Exit button located at the bottom of each screen. Note, any data entered will not be saved without clicking on the Save and Exit button. Once you have input and/or updated necessary information, you can advance to the next screen by clicking Save and Next. When you advance beyond the Entity Overview screen, a Previous button appears which enables navigation back to the previous screens. The Subsidiary Questionnaire page contains pre-populated information from registration or a previous reporting period. So again, please ensure the information is accurate before proceeding. A more detailed look at the Subsidiary Questionnaire screen shows that it is comprised of 4 yes or no questions, whose answers are selected via a drop-down menu. These conditional questions will affect how you proceed through the portal. The accuracy of data on this page is extremely important. Selecting yes to any of these questions will prompt you to a different screen to provide more detailed information regarding acquired divested subsidiary and/or general distribution payments. Further assistance about reporting on subsidiary information can be found on HRSA.gov's Reporting Resources page and the PRF Reporting Portal User Guide for reporting. Selecting no to these questions will advance you to the Payments to Recipient screen for reporting period 2, covering payments received July 1, 2020 through December 31, 2020. The information on these tables have been pre-populated from back-end system information. There is no data for you to enter on this screen. Note, in the first and second tables, the amount deposited columns. If you did not receive funds greater than $10,000, you will be prompted to exit this screen and stop reporting. Although the Payments to Recipient page is read-only, at the bottom of the screen, you'll be asked to verify the accuracy of the information as it appears. If there is an inaccuracy and you do not wish to certify, select No. A Dispute Comments field will appear to provide further information. A pop-up window appears directing you that any dispute must be resolved by calling the provider support line before continuing the reporting process. If there are no disputes, select Yes to verify the accuracy of the information as it appears. For your convenience, a spreadsheet for PRF payments is downloadable by clicking the PRF Payments Download button. This is intended to assist you in reconciling the payment amounts for the reporting period. The download is recommended but not required. Click Save and Next. The next screen is Interest Earned on PRF Payments, Tax Information, and Single Audit Information. Note, this page may contain pre-populated information. Please ensure that all information is accurate before proceeding. If applicable, here you will provide the interest earned amounts on payments from the payment date through the expense date for both nursing home infection control and all other PRF payments. Next, complete the tax information as applicable to your entity. Lastly, if applicable, provide your single audit information as it pertains to your entity. As a reminder, any recipient that expends $750,000 or more in federal financial assistance during their fiscal year must have a single audit or financial related audit. For more information, please refer to the Independent Audit Fact Sheet. The next screen is the Payment Summary for Reporting Period 2. These tables display a summary of all payments received or where payments were rejected during attestation. If the payment information does not appear to be correct, you should navigate to the previous pages and ensure that data was entered correctly. Click Save and Next. The next screen is the Other Assistance Received. Note, this page may contain pre-populated information. Please ensure that all information is accurate before proceeding. Here, you must enter other assistance received by calendar year quarter during the period of availability. All fields marked with an asterisk are required, and a numerical value must be entered for all fields. After other assistance received is complete, the reporting entity is directed to report on the use of nursing home infection control distribution payments received during the payment received period that corresponds to the current reporting time period. If applicable, please refer to the PRF webpage about the nursing home infection control targeted distribution for more information, as this distribution has limited use and specific terms and conditions for the payment. If you did not receive nursing home infection control payments during the applicable payment received period, this page will be skipped and you will be taken directly to the Other Provider Relief Fund Expenses for Payments Received During Payment Period screen. Reporting nursing home infection control payments allowable expenses is on a calendar year quarterly basis within the report. You cannot report more than the total reportable payments received as identified here. If more detailed instructions are needed, please reference the PRF Reporting User Guide on the HRSA Reporting Resources page or via this link prior to completing the worksheet. Click Save and Next to continue reporting. The next screen is the Other Provider Relief Fund Expenses for Payments Received During Payment Period July 1, 2020 through December 31, 2020. Here, report on your use of all other PRF payments for the determined period. If you did not use these payments for allowable expenses, enter a value of 0 for those respective fields. Note, you cannot report more than the total reportable payments received as identified by the dollar amount value here. Click Save and Next to continue reporting. The next screen, Unreimbursed Expenses Attributable to Coronavirus, asks you to report on unreimbursed expenses that you may have that are attributable to coronavirus. These expenses must not have been reimbursed from other sources and that are not obligated to be reimbursed by those sources. Reporting entities must consider all financial assistance received by HRSA and other sources, including other PRF payments, when determining net unreimbursed expenses attributable to coronavirus reported on this worksheet. The net unreimbursed expenses attributable to coronavirus reported to HRSA will not be used in the calculation of expenses or lost revenues. Populate all applicable content for the data rows. Unlike the two prior screens, these totals are not restricted to total reportable payment values. Once all data is entered, click Save and Next to continue reporting. The next two screens are the Lost Revenues Questionnaire and the calculation of lost revenues attributable to coronavirus. On this screen, you can report on lost revenues using one of three options: 2019 actual revenue, 2020 budgeted revenue, or alternative reasonable methodology. You may choose to apply PRF payment amounts, excluding nursing home infection control distribution payments, that are fully expended on healthcare related expenses attributable to coronavirus that may then be applied to patient care lost revenues. You may choose to apply PRF payments toward lost revenues using one of the three options up to the amount. Option 1, 2019 actual revenue. The difference between actual patient care revenues uses 2019 calendar per quarters as the baseline. Or option 2, budgeted revenue. The difference between budget covering the entire period of availability and approved prior to March 27, 2020, and the actual patient care revenues uses the approved budget as the baseline. Or option 3, lost revenues. Lost revenues are calculated by any reasonable method of estimating revenues. As a reminder, the lost revenue screen options only appear when the payments you receive were not fully expended. In other words, your total PRF expenses do not equal your total PRF payments. Therefore, there's been a loss in revenue. Please reference the Lost Revenues Guide Reporting Period 2 located on HRSA's Reporting Resources website for further information in considering the options available to account for lost revenues in the reporting process. Another reference to use is the Post-Payment Notice of Reporting Requirements located on the HRSA webpage. Once you complete your method to calculate your lost revenues, the Lost Revenue Summary screen will appear where you will be provided a summary of all lost revenues reported. Click Save and Next to continue reporting. The next screen displays the PRF financial summary for the reporting period and accounts for any reported lost revenues. This screen displays read-only pre-populated values based on calculations from data entered during the reporting process. This screen provides another opportunity to check for accuracy. Click Save and Next to continue reporting. The next screen is the Personnel, Patient, and Facility Metrics Table screen. Here, you are asked to quantify the impact of coronavirus on your personnel, patient, and facility metrics. The Personnel, Patient, and Facility Metrics screen is comprised of 3 tables. On this screen, complete the required information for calendar year by quarter as indicated. If you previously reported, some data fields will be pre-populated. For all tables, numbers must be entered as whole numbers up to 8 digits and no decimals. If a metric is 0, you must enter 0. Please note, there are 3 different table metrics. The Personnel Metrics table requires data entry to account for multiple worker classifications. Provide the appropriate data for all applicable tables indicated for all respective tables. The data on this page will not be saved until the data entry is complete and the blue Save and Next button is selected. Please refer to the user guide or the Patient Metrics fact sheet for more information. The next to the last screen is the Survey screen. Here you are asked a series of survey-style questions related to the impact of your PRF payments received for the period of July 1, 2020 through December 31, 2020. These effects include both financial effects and clinical care effects of PRF payments. For the first 2 questions within each section, selecting Strongly Agree or Agree prompts an additional question that asks for areas that were specifically affected. You may make your selection and use the arrow keys to add or delete your choices to the chosen field. Select all that apply. For the Clinical Care Effects section, the same functionality applies for choosing Strongly Agree or Agree when answering the first question. You can also provide optional narrative information regarding the impact of PRF payments in the optional field. Click Save and Next for final review and submitting. The Review and Submit screen provides you a final opportunity to review all information provided. The title headings are collapsible and organized by screen heading and default in the expanded position. To collapse or expand a header, click the arrowhead before each section header. Data on this page cannot be edited, but if you see an error, navigate to the appropriate page using the blue Previous button. At the bottom of the screen, you will be asked to answer the question, do you certify that the above information is correct? As a reminder, you can print this screen for your records by using your browser's print option. You can also reference this information at any time during the reporting period by logging into the portal again and accessing your active reports that are currently in progress. Click Submit. After clicking Submit, you're reminded that all the information being submitted is true, correct, and accurate, and subject to penalty and perjury of law, and that by agreeing and submitting, you will no longer be able to edit, update, or modify your data. Click I agree, submit. You will receive a confirmation of successful submission. The Return Funds button can be used to start returns for any unused PRF payments if you have unused funds. The Logout button returns you to the home screen. As a reminder, reporting must be completed and submitted to HRSA by 11:59 p.m. Eastern Time on the last date of the reporting time period. Only electronic submissions through the PRF reporting portal are permitted. Upon submission of the report, you will receive a confirmation email from PRF Reporting, no reply at HRSA.gov. This concludes the overview of reporting PRF payments to the PRF reporting portal.